We're back here in the locker room with Billy Schweim, Scotty McKay on 97.3 ESPN and the mobile app. Scooter, our housemaster home inspection Twitter poll question of the day is, after defeating Montreal in the first round, are you more or less confident the Flyers can win the Cup? At Locker Room 973 or at 973 ESPN is where you can vote. Right now, Scooter, 67% say more, 33% say less. So everybody's feeling a little bit more confident right now.
Listen, they're 7-2 since they started the bubble, So, they're not playing bad. They're not winning convincingly like I thought they would against a 24 seed.
All right. Now, because we don't have the locker room covers, we have a comprehensive report on the lifeguard races this year, but of course the COVID pandemic has eliminated all that from the schedule. So we're doing something new this year. Scooter's called Legends of Lifeguard Racing, and it's brought to you by Surfer Supplies. What's happening at Surfer Supplies? All things surfing. That's what's happening, starting out with hundreds of new and used surfboards right by the front door since 1962, with a full line of skimboards, skateboards, bodyboards, and all the necessary gear to complete a happy day of surfing. That's Surfer Supplies, 3101 Asbury Avenue in Ocean City, New Jersey, keeping you stoked since 1962. And by Blitz's Market in Ocean City, voted Best Deli 6 years in a row. Introducing online ordering. Visit them at blitzesmarkets.com and place your order today. 2 locations in Ocean City at 21st Street and 34th Street on Asbury Avenue. Cut out the carbs with their famous dill hoagie. It's really a big deal. All right, let's go to the Farms Harley-Davidson Sports Hotline and welcome into the locker room a 4-time South Jersey Lifeguard Swimming Championship from the Wildwood Crest Beach Patrol, John Maloy. What's up, John?
Hey, Billy. Hey, Scotty. Thanks for having me on.
All right, dude. So, John, Scotty was a lieutenant. Scotty McKay was a lieutenant on the Beach Patrol for a long, long time. And I worked in Longport, so we're a little diverse here. You're at Wildwood Crest. We're doing this Legends thing, and I'm looking on the all the prior champions, and I noticed you won 4 South Jersey Swim Championships. That's a pretty good feat.
Well, I don't know if I've reached legend status, so I think that might be a reach for me. But it was a good run. We had a good run. I had a lot of people helping me out.
Well, 4 is pretty much legend status in my book. I mean, it's a tough thing to do, as you know. The ocean can give you all kinds of fits, and to do it 4 times and 4 times. In a 5-year span is pretty incredible. So, and Wildwood Crest, I hate to say, it was never big on the swim. They always had great rowers. Moxie Bilkins back in my day was a stud rower for them, and they've always had great rowers, but they never had great swimmers. So whatever they did, they're recruiting the right people. So good job for you, John.
Yeah, no. Well, the recruiting came in-house. My dad has been a lifeguard in Wildwood Crest for about almost 40 years now. So
wow.
My brother and I grew up down there. We were on the beach when we were 3 years old. So the recruiting happened from birth on that one. So, and I guess it was because they were identifying that they needed swimmers. So maybe that's why they weren't such good rowers.
We're talking with John Maloy, former Wildwood Crest Beach Patroller. Of course, he won 4 championships, South Jersey championships. And John, we've talked over the last couple of weeks with some of the champions. What are some of the things after you won your first race, all right, that you first win? How important was that to get that experience, winning that first one? How much did that help you with your future races?
It's interesting what Scotty said earlier with the ocean. You just really never know. And so I think that it always kind of gave me a little confidence, but mostly it helped me to realize, all right, who's going to help me for the next race? So I would always have people that would swim the warm-up with me. I mean, my dad was always instrumental. He would be up there in the morning telling me the winds. He would follow storms, I think, from a month out. And so I think that in the first one, once you get that trust and you realize, wow, I can listen to all of these people on my team, and then we just kind of let that ride.
Now,
yeah,
John, That's good.
You don't have the, like the rowers have, we got a big stanchion flag sticking up. The rowers are looking obviously facing the beach when they're rowing, and they're able to see like we're pushing them to the north or we're pushing them to the south to get around the flag the right way. You don't have that luxury. You're getting people tugging at your feet, your arms. I mean, people are pushing. People don't realize how tough of a swim this really is. And like you said, and I said, that the conditions are really can make a big difference. So if you pay attention, do the right thing, you're going to help yourself out. But it's quite an accomplishment I'll tell you. I'm impressed.
I also had it was fortunate for me because Ventnor kept winning during the years that I was there. So I just kept going back to Ventnor. So it wasn't as difficult by going to all the different courses. I think one year was in Margate, but I got pretty comfortable at that Ventnor course, and a lot of that goes to what the Funks were doing up there, winning constantly. I'm not sure if David Funk's been on, but I know during that time he won a couple of singles titles that year during those years.
We're talking with John Maloy, 4-time South Jersey swimming champion, the lifeguards, Wildwood Crest Beach Patrol. John, were all your races close, or did you win, convincingly? Because right now, for Longport, Joey Tepper, I mean, the last couple of years, this kid, he's out of the water before people are turning the flag. He's got about a minute 30 seconds on the swimmers, all the other competitors. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I haven't had the chance to see him swim, but I can say I'm happy I didn't have to swim against him.
Yeah.
I think a couple of the races we had some wild water, and some I had caught some good waves, so the final result may have looked like it was a bigger gap than before. But the one that I had that was really close was the one in those 5 years that I lost. So that's the one that I remember being really close. The other ones I was able to have a little bit of a gap at the end.
Is that the race against Paul Mangin from Ocean City?
That's right. Yep.
Yeah, because your first win was in 2007, then you won in 2008, 2009, and then Paul Mangin from Ocean City won it in 2010, and then you won it again in 2011. How much did you train? Like, tell our listeners a little bit of how much you had to train for all the races.
Well, I've always loved swimming in the ocean. So at that time, I was swimming in college, so that was built-in training in the winter. And then in the summer, I mean, really, I would just go down. We had essentially an in-house swim coach on the Crest Beach Patrol, so Chris Campbell. And so he would help me we would swim every morning and every night in the ocean. And we also had developed a nice little kind of group of swimmers at the time. We had Michael Joyce, who was swimming at Florida, Owen Black, who was swimming at LaSalle. So we really had a training group, and we were all really good friends. So every morning we'd kind of sneak in, and, not early now, but about 8:30 we'd get in there, and then we'd swim in the morning, and then we'd swim after work every day.
Wow.
Yeah, it's funny. Back in the day, we had a swimmer, Rob Montgomery, who won a couple South Jersey championships, and I used to row the boat for him. We would always send somebody out with him as he swam, but he swam by himself. It's great what you're doing is you got a bunch of guys that are training together, pushing each other, going through the whole thing. So we used to do that and just make sure that there was no fish wanted to play with our swimmers, as much as we could,
Absolutely, yeah. No, we were really lucky, and it was just a great group, and we were always very competitive. But the thing is, when we were swimming in the ocean, that's just a huge advantage because you just get comfortable. Billy, like you were saying, you don't have any guides out there. But when you're swimming in the ocean every day, you kind of start to feel like there's a black line guiding you where you want to go. Whereas if you're in the pool every day, you just don't get that feel.
Right. Well, what would be kind of neat? Maybe put together some of the alumni from the beach patrols that were like top swimmers and do a race where maybe, with the COVID thing, it's kind of shut down the races here, but maybe you don't have 2,000 people watching, but get a bunch of the alumni guys that have won and send them out in the ocean, see how they can all do if they're still training.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. So I've been down in South Jersey since March, and a guy I consider to be a South Jersey legend, Billy Audie, who I forget what year, but he won the South Jersey title. I believe he actually beat maybe someone who was better than Joey Tepper. I think the guy he beat was an Olympian, and that was a race in Cape May. But I've been swimming with him in the morning, And I'll tell you what, he's still got it.
Yeah.
How about
There's,
that?
are you still training a lot?
I just try and keep up with Audie, realistically. But with COVID, I've been able to get down here, and all the pools are closed. So we've been getting in the ocean a couple days a week, and it's been amazing. But he's the one who makes sure we get up early, and he certainly lets us know if we miss.
Well, it's funny you bring up Bill Audie's name because he was like sandwiched between two really good racers, and we've had one on. John Kenny from Atlantic City, but prior to him was Tom Swift from Margate. So he was Audie won at 97 right between those two guys.
Right.
Wow.
That was my last year.
Yeah.
Also, John, your brother, Joe, and there was a little confusion. I spoke with Captain Ed Snyder from the Wildwood Beach Patrol to reach out to see if I could get in touch with you, and he gave me your brother Joe's number, but unbeknownst to me, Joe, he was your brother's an Olympic swimmer.
He was Olympic triathlete, but I thought you did that on purpose, Billy. I thought you were trying to drum up support. I know it's been tough. Sports have been gone. We've got lifeguards on ESPN radio. So I thought you were saying Joe Maloy to try and drum up a little bit of a following.
There was just a little, John, I'm sorry, there was a little confusion there, but I'm glad we had you on because, we're looking at it's Legends of Lifeguard Racing, and to qualify, Scooter said, hey, man, you got to have multiple wins, not just one or two. You got to have multiple wins. So your name popped up, and listen, man, we really appreciate you taking the time to walk down memory lane with us and tell them what it was like to be a champion.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you so much for the time, and I'll just add my vote. I'm also more confident that the Flyers are going to win the Stanley Cup.
There you go.
Carey Price. I know they didn't win by a lot, but Carey Price in goal. I mean, hey, he's a lockdown goalie. So I think getting by that, I think should give them a lot of confidence. And Carter Hart, he's the future.
Well, I'll tell you what. We got the big we have the big series coming up against the Islanders. This Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Next Saturday will be the Flyers pregame show, John. So stay tuned for that. Listen, once again, thank you so much for taking time out and talking with us today.
Thank you, guys, and have a great day.
Yeah, you too.
That's great. There's John Maloy. Legends of Lifeguard Racing segment is brought to you by Surface Supplies. What's happening at Surface Supplies? All things surfing, that's what's happening, starting out with hundreds of new and used surfboards right by the front door since 1962, with a full line of skimboards, skateboards, bodyboards, and all the necessary gear to complete a happy day of surfing. That's Surface Supplies, 3101 Asbury Avenue in Ocean City, New Jersey, keeping you stoked since 1962. And by Blitz's Market in Ocean City, voted Best Deli 6 years in a row, introducing online ordering. Visit them at blitzesmarket.com and place your order today. 2 locations in Ocean City at 21st Street and 34th Street on Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Cut out the carbs with their famous dill pickle hoagie. It's really a big dill. And, of course, John Maloy appeared via the Barb's Harley-Davidson Sports Hotline. I want to remind people the second hour of the locker room is brought to you by the Great Bay Country Club, where it's not just golf, it's fun. Make Great Bay your club. For more information, go to greatbay.com or call them at 609-927-5071. Great Bay Country Club in Somers Point, New Jersey. See why it's always a great day at Great Bay. And everybody has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. But were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and sees a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or call them at 856-912-4007 for more information. All right, when we return, we'll wrap it up. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN mobile app.